correct? Yes. And so please welcome Erin to the podium. Woo!
Good afternoon, Charlotte! Are you excited about all the wonderful things you've seen and learned today? I know I am. I'm so excited about that roasting pan. Are you? I know you may be surprised by this, but you cannot believe how difficult it was for me to find a Pampered Chef consultant back in the day. In 2002, I had never heard of the Pampered Chef until I went to a show, and then I decided to host one. After that, I never heard another word from my Pampered Chef consultant. And the bad thing was, I was totally hooked. I loved every one of my Pampered Chef products. I looked for a consultant for 4 years. I even put a note up at my gym. And finally, in October of 2006, I got invited to a show. The consultant was Dawn Ferreira, and I remember I had to beg her to put me on her calendar before Christmas. I am so glad she did, and I have a feeling that she might be glad she did as well. My show was over $1,100 with 4 bookings, and I was so excited about going on my Pampered Chef shopping spree. Of course, she asked me to join the Pampered Chef and said I'd be great at it. Well, I turned her down, told her she was crazy. I had no interest whatsoever. At the time, I was a paramedic working 24-hour shifts with a 2-year-old at home. I was very busy and involved in my church and my community. I will be your customer and I will host a show at least once a year, but I will never, ever sell. That's what I told her. In September 2007, I attended my 10th show of Dawn's. Yes, I was the Pampered Chef stalker at this point. I was sitting at the show, not paying attention at all, or listening well, and I was socializing. Imagine that, y'all. Until she said the word London. I was like, London? She said, yes, London. And it was the 10th trip that Pampered Chef had sent her and her family on for free. I was so amazed. Free products, commission, trips, wow. Dawn always would close her show by saying, this apron comes in one size fits all, and it's been a great fit for my family. And I would love to show you how it could be a great fit for you and your family. We left the show that night, and my friend said to me, Erin, you should do this. You would be great at it. And that got me thinking. My daughter Taylor was about to start private school, and me and my husband had decided I would pick up extra 12-hour shifts as a paramedic to help pay for it. This could be my answer. It would be fun, and the people at my shows wouldn't be dying. Or at least think they were dying. When I asked my husband, Richie, he said to me, well, it won't be the first $150 you've ever wasted. I emailed Dawn and I said, does that apron really come in my size? Well, it's been a wild ride ever since. My first show was over $1,750 in sales with 4 bookings, and I was totally hooked. I promoted to director 7 months after joining, and I earned the gold level trip to Mexico my very first year. In 2009, I promoted to advanced director and was recognized as one of the top 50 in sales and recruiting nationally. And I was continuing to earn great trips: Mexico, Hawaii, Disney. Being with a Pampered chef made me feel appreciated, warm, just fuzzy. I felt respected and was rewarded for every little thing. I never had that before. Even after bringing someone back to life, or delivering someone's baby. I was having the time of my life, making new friends, traveling, and earning some great money. I was still working 24-hour shifts for EMS and doing 2 shows a week. EMS was stressful, and I began to hate my job. All I wanted to do was Pampered Chef. My husband and I first discussed leaving my EMS job when we were on the Pampered Chef Disney incentive trip in 2010. Was it possible? I was earning a great income as a paramedic, and the benefits were great. How could I give that all up? We decided to pray about it and put it in God's hands. It was a year and a half later when we finally made the decision. We were here at spring launch this year, and it was amazing. After that, we had a director retreat, and I realized then and there, I was quitting my job. I just had to go tell my husband. We talked and decided September 1st of this year would be my first day of freedom. We told everyone I was quitting my full-time job, but shh, except the people I work with, and we said, shh, it's a secret, don't tell. Around March of this year, our plans changed. My daughter Taylor came to me and said, for my birthday this year, I want you to quit your EMS job and stay home with me this summer. So her request gave me the extra push that I needed, and now my last day was planned for May 28th. I just love how God works through children. I continued to work my crazy EMS job as I built my business, the entire time wondering and worrying about if I had made the right decision. The week I gave my 2-week notice, I started having show cancellations, right and left. I started to doubt my decision. Did we make the right choice? Should I just hold on to my job just a little bit longer? Well, I didn't doubt it long, because that week I had the scariest EMS call I have ever had. We had a typical call, someone dying in their sleep, but it went sour and fast. Right after we arrived, a young man appeared from the back with a crazed look in his eyes and his hands behind his back. He was hostile, and he appeared to have a weapon. I made an excuse to step outside. I grabbed my EMS partner and said, it's unsafe, we've got to go now. We got into our ambulance and left about $100,000 worth of EMS equipment on the scene and called for the police. It's a good thing we did. At that moment, I realized, never ever doubt God's plan. I needed to be alive to go home at the end of my shift to my daughter and my husband. So how does this story end? I quit my job Memorial Day. I took my family on the Pampered Chef Mediterranean cruise, stress-free. and have been working my business ever since, enjoying my family, my life as a full-time mom. It will be nice not to work Christmas and holidays ever again. And it will be nice to know that my daughter will always have her mom home safe after she goes to work, because now my job is just a party. Retiring from EMS is the best decision that I have ever made, next to joining the Pampered Chef. Dawn Ferreira, you changed my life. You changed my family's life for the better. I would say that you even saved my life. Thank you so much, Dawn. I am so glad you asked.